everyone, it's Nat here, and I have been making some hip hop beats in Garageband today. It's some down tempo, chill, maybe you could even call it lo-fi, maybe. I'm going to play a little bit of the song to you, and then I'm going to show you how I made it. Okay, so that's a little bit of the tune, and it's not quite finished, but it's most of the way there. And I've actually written some vocals to it as well. So what I might do is try and finish off this track in the next day or two, and put a link to the finalized track in the description as well. So basically, how I made this beat, this track, was I started with a few splice loops. Um, I started with some kick drums right here, and I'll solo this for you. So you can see that I've had a bit of a kick loop there, and I've chopped it up basically into. I've used the splice, the split the region at playhead tool to cut those up to make those kick drums match the style of the track a little bit more. And then we've just got some various elements here. Here's some ambience there that gives it the lo-fi feel. We've got a finger snap. So these are all these blocks in the middle here are loops from Splice that I've chopped up and mucked around with a little bit. I've also recorded some of my own finger snaps. That's just me clicking into this microphone here. And then for the rest of the track, I've basically just been playing my MIDI keyboard here. So up the top, I've just got one of the presets called the Wide Suitcase, which is under, when I click on this, it's one of the electric piano presets. And I've just mucked around with some of the tremolo, the amount of bass and things like that. And I've just basically played in a chord there. Let's have a little look at that. It's very nice. It's like a really layered up chord. And then what I've also done is on the smart controls, I've added in some master echo and master reverb, and I've mucked around a little bit, added some extra compression and things. So I started out with a preset, and then I've added my own elements in there to make it sort of more to my liking. So that chord was something like this. That's it there. So that's circa G minor 4, 7. So it's a G minor 7 with a C added in there. One of those nice layered chords. And I mean, when you get into this side of the producing and recording, like chopping up loops and getting a feel for it, that's relatively easy. When it gets to playing in bass lines and keyboard lines, that requires a bit more of musicianship. So this will be a bit harder for those of you who don't play an instrument. But you can find plenty of instrumental loops. I would advise just, teaching yourself to play the keyboard. I'm a self-taught keyboard player. I've never really got any serious lessons. I've just been jamming since I was probably 7, I think. My parents bought me a keyboard. So I just figured it out by myself, and I've been playing piano for a very long time now. So it's very intuitive to me to play in some of these lines as I hear them in my head. Might be a bit frustrating if you don't play the keyboard, but if you're a guitarist or any other instrument, just plug it into your audio interface and start laying just down some ideas. You can see here that I have taken multiple takes. So this second one here is just the Wurlitzer. It's this sound here. Classic electric piano sound. But I've taken 4 different takes. You can see this little number here. And I've used different bits from different takes. So at the end here, I've used the first take. And for the first probably 2/3, I've used the 4th take. So you can switch between your takes by clicking on that little number. And essentially you have to go to the preferences to choose here software instrument recordings. So you choose the create takes when the cycle is on, and then you pop your cycle region on, and you cycle the area that you want to record in, and then when it goes back and starts recording again, it's like loop recording. It will just create different takes and store them all, and you can switch between them by clicking these different numbers here. So for the rest of the track, really simple. I just used just one of the bass guitars from the library there. I mucked around with the tone a little bit and added a bit more compression. Didn't do any EQ. It's a nice tone. And I've also added in a sub bass doubling. I just copied that MIDI. You can't hear it very well, probably if you're listening through headphones, but it is there just fattening up that bass line. Just got the ambience, finger snaps, more atmosphere, snare drum. There's the hi-hats there. And that's a bit of a crash. It's kind of an electronic cymbal. And then I've got a little swell here. I'll probably spend a little bit more time producing this. That's like a swell there to tie it over. So I might give you now a listen to the entire track, and I'll pop my vocals on just to show you what I did there. And please enjoy this track, ladies and gentlemen. It took me about 3 hours to make, and I wrote the lyrics from scratch today and recorded this all in. It's not perfect, but I think it's pretty good. Here you go.
You want, I won't believe you. Your eyes are talking too loud. Your body's telling me you're somewhere else, somewhere else. Another empty glass, another cigarette. The rain is kissing your lips, and even I regret where have the days gone? Where has it all gone? Why are you doing this to yourself? Why are you doing this to yourself? You wouldn't do no one else. I know you're going to hell. Why are you doing this to yourself? I love the smell of the night. I like to hide away when everything is transposed into a different key. It's waiting there for you. It's waiting there for you. Why are you doing this to yourself?